I started performing stand-up comedy when I was about 17 years old. I loved how dangerous it was, and I loved that it gave you a voice. And as a young woman that came from that kind of background, we didn't really have a voice. My mum had me when she was 19. She was a hairdresser in a country town. She'd married my father, who was very violent. So at a very young age, I'd lived through domestic violence. As a young girl, I remember looking at her and seeing her decimated. There was no services around then to support women in that situation. There was violence in our house, nobody came. Nobody knocked on the door to see if we're okay. I decided to step into the political arena because I believe that is the place for change. I've done as much as I can as a comedian. The next step is politics. Yeah, I do tell the truth. And that's what you do as a comedian. You call things by how they are. So what does it look like when you do that in Parliament? What does it look like when you have a voice that's not frightened of being shouted down, that speaks up for people who feel like they're voiceless? That's who I want to be. Having 5 children is a huge motivating factor for me. You know, we've developed a system that favours the wealthy that I don't believe reflect the ethos of what our country believes it is. One of the things I noticed with my kids and their friends was a real lack of hope or a sense of optimism about the future. And I never had that. Like, for all the hardship I had growing up, I was filled with this incredible optimism. I don't want to leave this to them. This is my generation's job to actually get in there and go, okay, what am I going to do to stop coal and gas? What am I going to do about a housing crisis that my kids are never going to have somewhere to live? Independents are amazing, but I think the Greens have the capacity to make the most profound change. I want to be part of a party that's going to get shit happening. It's a very, very small amount of a swing that we need, a 5% increase, and we win this seat. And we win this seat, we make history.
Authorised by J. McColl, Australian Greens, Canberra.